Guess who's back with us today? Miss Science. And when she comes here, we always learn some really cool scientific experiments that kids are going to love. You have a lot to cover, Miss Science.
Lots.
Let's start with milk and food coloring.
So I was playing with my milk this morning, right? I'm not drinking it, playing with it, experimenting. So what I did was I put some food coloring in my milk, and I decided to take a little bit of dish soap.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that so much fun?
So how did you do that?
Okay, so
wow,
isn't that great?
Yeah.
So milk is mostly water. It's over 80% water.
Is it really?
Yeah, and if you've ever belly flopped into the pool, keep going, keep going.
Look at that.
So if you've ever belly flopped into the pool, it hurts really bad, right? And that's something called surface tension, because the water molecules sit at the top of the surface and they create a layer, a hard layer. So what you're doing here, since milk is mostly water, you're breaking up those water molecules with a surfactant like soap.
That is excellent. So yeah, belly flops hurt, but that's showing that you're breaking the surface tension. Look at how pretty that is. I could look at that all day long. What's going on here?
What if I belly flopped into a pool too?
You'd
Just saying, of milk. All right, so here I have eggs. And again, playing with my breakfast food, I decided that let's try to see what happens to an egg if you put it in some vinegar. Okay. So eggs are made mostly of calcium carbonate on the shell.
Yes,
all right,
shell.
These crystals. Yep, that's what makes it hard. So what I did was I put it in some vinegar about 12 hours ago. Okay. Because what I want to do is I want to get rid of that shell so I can see this really, really cool membrane, right? Yes, so not only
that's
has
the
shell.
membrane when you're peeling hard-boiled eggs. It can be so tricky.
Yes. Or when you're also like trying to get your raw egg even, right? So this one hasn't been really completely rubberized, but once they're rubberized, you can kind of bounce them a little bit.
That's a raw egg?
It's a raw egg.
God,
so yep, so you're seeing the membrane. And then if you go outside and you hold it up in the sun, you can see the yolk right through it.
That's incredible. So how many hours does it take for that to just strip away?
I would say a good 24 hours, just so that you get a chance to really get it to rubberize.
If you bounce it too hard, will it splat?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, I like that one. Let's come on over here.
All right.
Because we're talking pool chemicals here, and this is simulating the pool chemicals that your dad or your pool chemical guy does for the pool.
Absolutely. So instead of so you know when you do and test your pool chemicals, they use what's called an indicator to tell you if there's too much acid or if there's too many, too alkaline levels are too high.
Yes, right.
So instead of pool chemicals, we want to do something safe with our kids.
Yeah.
So I took red cabbage and I put it in water and boiled it.
Okay.
And then I just took it in a blender really quick and just mixed it around and strained it.
And that is the color that you get with red cabbage. It's this really pretty blue. So now what are you going to do?
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an acid and I'm going to put it in my indicator solution, and we're going to see what happens. So if this tells me it's truly an acid. As an adult, we know that lemons are very acidic, right? That's what gives them the tart taste. But let's go ahead and voila.
Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful color.
Isn't that great?
So that simulates changing of the pool chemicals.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
And if you want to check for alkaline levels, you could make a solution with borax or soap water.
I love that. That's really pretty.
Isn't that fun?
Do we have time for one more?
One more.
All right, let's do it.
Okay,
lima beans.
Lima beans. And to me, reading is very important. And we really want to be reading with our kids, and it makes it more relevant.
Yes.
It makes the science relevant and they understand it better.
Absolutely.
So I have some nonfiction and fiction books to show, okay, what about plant development? So I've got lima beans here. I'm just working on them to soften them up a little bit, and then we're going to germinate them in a bag. And we're actually going to see them sprout.
How long will that take?
It doesn't take very long. It's already started, actually.
Oh my goodness.
So, yep. So we put it in the bag, then it'll start to develop and grow, and they can watch it. We can talk about different kinds of plants, bulbs versus seeds. We can read books. Just bring it all in. Bring that literacy in with science.
So you're taking hard lima beans, you're soaking them, you're putting them in a bag, and you're going to watch them germinate.
Yep.
Miss Science, thank you so much. Read, everyone.
Yes.
Literacy, that's where to start with any scientific projects or anything in life. Where do we find you?
All right, my website is missscience.com. I am going to be at ISTE in Philly this next week talking about gaming.
Okay.
And I am so excited. So yes, thanks for having me back.
Thank you, Miss Science.